Okay, guys, running just a little bit behind here tonight. I was trying to get everything wrote down here for the tournaments and stuff, so sorry about that. Uh, just a few minutes late, so. And I spill a drink on me here real quick, too. Okay, let's go ahead and do the sponsors. Again, I didn't bring a rod in tonight. I'm slacking on that. I'm going to get busy on that, on having a rod in here. Hopefully next week I can show the one off that I'm going to be using this weekend. But go ahead and let's go with the sponsors again. Fish Sticks Custom Rods. You know, they've been with me, or I've been with them now for probably 6-7 years. So I really like the rods. I posted a picture of Travis Six catching smallmouth on his that he bought this winter. He really likes it. So if you guys don't believe me, ask Travis and see what he thinks of the Fish Sticks rods. So Hook and Donkeys, plastics. Mike makes some amazing plastics for the Hook and Donkey. He's doing some wonderful things. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to do this one tonight. Sanborn Builders. If you need some painting done or some construction or something like that, get a hold of Sanborn Building. They do decks, remodels, painting, all kind of different things. Reach out to Josh Sanborn, get a hold of him, and then if you want stuff that they're going to use in your house and stuff, go down to Ace Hardware on Richland Avenue, and you can get anything from plumbing, electrical to guns, Blue Rock bait and tackle stuff, and Ace Hardware on Richland Avenue. Hobbs Roofing up in Akron, Ohio. If you need some roofing done up and around Akron, Ohio, up at northern area, they'll take care of you. Pizza Stop, Southern Ohio Sanitation. And I picked up a new sponsor this week, Williams and Son Construction. They do all kind of remodels. They build houses, everything like that. So if you're thinking you're going to get a house built or something, get a hold of Williams and Son Construction. They'll hook you up. So they come on board this last week with me. So I'm excited about that. Also, too, don't forget, this is May. This is the crankbait that I'll be giving away at some point. If you, the Monday I pick to do it, if you text, the first person text me a receipt from Pizza Stop, wins the crankbait. So some Monday I will say, okay, this is the Monday for the crankbait, and you will, you'll text it to me, and we'll give a winner away. We'll give it the crankbait away. This week with Hook and Donkeys, we're going to do the 3.5-inch tube clay gold for the Hook and Donkeys. That's the trivia question this week. So if you win the trivia question, you get the bait. I'll ship it to you. I'll bring it to you, whatever needs to be done. Actually, tonight I'm going to leave after the show here. I've got John Rose's stuff that he won. So I'm going to be shipping that or taking that out to Lake Snowden when it's done. So thanks, Steve. Steve Carter said it looks good. So I just remembered to switch over to comments. I'm bad about that. So, but yeah. So tonight with the trivia question, we'll be giving the tubes away. Uh, well, let's go right on into. I got a few things tonight. We'll go right into the tournaments. Uh, Last week, Monday night at Dow Lake, at last call, they John and Brian Rose won it with 3.39, and Big Bass was 0.86. Second place was Jerry Moeller with 2.96. They had a tough night down there. I guess a lot of them caught slop fish, but it was just tough getting fish into the that wasn't in the slot down at Dow Lake. Tuesday night up to Burr Oak, Kobe and Chase got first with 5.73, and Big Bass was 3.41, and they had Big Bass at that tournament. Second place was Brent Moore with 5.18, and uh, third place was Terry Lunsford and George Carr with 3.14. So it looks like Burr Oak slowed down just a little bit. Uh, then Wednesday night out to Lake Snowden, we had Ron Williams and Jeff Haining got first place with 6.53. Second place was Kyle Six, Shane West with 4.38. And third place was Josh Guthrie and Tony Grubbs with 4.28. So had a good night out to Snowden last week. Big Bass went to Sean and Ryan Hammond at 2.36. So Snowden's been good. It'll be interesting to see how the night goes with him out there. Then Saturday, uh, I was lucky enough. I told you all I've become the tournament director for the Ohio Federation, and they had a youth championship up to Alum Creek, and our club had a tournament at Alum Creek at the same time. So I was able to go over and help at the weigh-in with the youth and fish our club tournament at the same time. So it really made it nice. I went over to the weigh-in, and I'm telling you what, these guys was eighth grade kids and under, and it was amazing of the fish that they brought in. It was impressive. The boys that won it, Baker and Goodwin from the Renegades, they had first place with 13.66. They had 3 smallmouth and 2 largemouth, and they had Big Bass for 307. These two boys are going to be something to reckon with. They won it last year and went to the Nationals. They're going back to the Nationals this year, back to back years going to the Nationals. And like I said, they're eighth grade and under. I think that's probably 15 and under. So hey, John Campbell, Matt Fisher. Uh, so two young kids coming in with 13.66, and I fished Allen that day, and it was tough. Second place went to Magoo and Oscar from Concozy with 9.30. Third place went to Minsel and Link, Walnut Springs, and they had 9.18. So guys, look, that's some good weights for 15-year-old kids and under. They done really, really good. Also, too, Jeremy Reese won or become the youth director for the state, and Jeremy done an amazing job with uh bunch of getting the sponsors and getting everything set up and running a really really nice tournament. He done a super job, guys. If you're at see Jeremy out there, give him a pat on the back for his first year doing this. He run a really good tournament. Uh, so uh, okay. Dean said I didn't realize that. Dean, these two boys won the Junior World Championship last year. I didn't realize they won it. So the Baker and Goodwin from the Renegades won the World Championship last year, and they're from Marietta. Or one, I know one of the boys are because Steve talked to me about maybe getting the kids in our club next year. I don't know, Steve, if I want them in our club if they're that good. No, I would love to have them in our club. I would be more than happy to put them in my boat and get my brains kicked in every week by them. It ain't nothing better than these kids getting in a boat and fishing. I love to see it, and I love to see them become, you know, become what they are. I'll tell a little story after I get done with all the tournaments here about a young kid from the Perry County Renegades. Uh, Saturday club tournament up to Alum Creek, our Bass Masters Club. Uh, I was fortunate enough, even though losing an hour fishing, and I had my 4 fish before I went over to the weigh-in, and I had 4 fish for 10.60, and my big bass was 5.20. So yeah, it was tough. I didn't catch my first keeper until it was probably 10 o'clock, 10:30 before I caught my first keeper. It might even been closer to 11 before I caught my first keeper. But once I figured out what they was doing, uh, it worked. Uh, just a little secret bait that I'd come up with, and well, not me, a buddy of mine give it to me, and I tied it on, and it was working. They was eating it. So second place went to Josh Guthrie with 9.87. He had 5 fish. John Campbell had 5 fish for third place for 9.33. Phil Kellogg had 5 fish in fourth place for 8.85. And fifth place come in with the legend Charlie Grubbs with 8.80. Hi Carol, how you doing? So you know, it was a good tournament. But as you can see, adult tournament, and these kids had better weights than the adults. So, and I seen that Andy Fry and his club was up there, and Andy won his tournament with 10.62. So he was just 200ths of an ounce more than what I had. So that made me feel good when I seen that on Facebook today because Andy he's a hammer on Alum Creek. So that showed us there that it was a little tough, but the kids figured it out. Uh, so yeah, I'm excited to see these kids. I hope they stick with it and stay in the federation and fish the next few years in the federation with us and show us what these young hammers can do. So Matt Fisher said Connor third place, right, as the boater in the Backwood Bassmaster. So Connor's young boy that was in our club. He's in third place right now in the points, I guess, in the Backwood Bassmasters. So, Matt, if you would send me your information, I would put them on there too. There's old Tabby Curry. Yeah, them Perry County girl or people were tough. I can remember you when you was fishing the Federation. You was a reckon to be. Yeah, you was tough. We had some lot of fun on the Detroit River together. Uh, I'd like to see you get back in it, uh, Tabby. I always enjoyed fishing with you. Uh, okay, I'm going to go back to the little story about the youth real quick here. There was a kid from Perry County named Derek Ecker, and Derek won the nationals at Pittsburgh uh, when it was singles, and I think he was 12 or 13 years old when he won it in Pittsburgh, and he was a he was a heck of a fisherman, and I got to fish a tournament with him on the Muskingum River, and he I think it was the following year, he might have been 14. And I'm telling you what, that boy taught me a lot. He was a stick. I told him, he still fishes a little bit, but he was a big stick in uh back in the day. Well, there's Tracy Heisel. Hi, Tracy. Uh, Girl from Maryland. She left here and moved to Maryland. That's up around the Potomac River. I like fishing the Potomac River. Right? I want to fish. I ain't never fished it yet. I got to get up there and fish it. Uh, but yeah, Derek was he was a heck of a fisherman. Still is. He just don't do it as much as he used to. So, but yeah, it was a good weekend of tournaments. Uh, and this coming weekend, we got the first BFL down at Tanner's Creek. Uh, I'm not going to get to roll out until Friday night, late Friday evening. I'm going to go down and sleep at the ramp, and I'll fish the BFL down there Saturday. Then I come home and uh, come back home and put. Hey Trish, how you doing? You got your shirt on, rocking Fisher. Uh, but yeah, I'll come back from the BFL at Tanner's Creek, plug a boat in for just a little bit, and then I'll head to. Uh, we have a club tournament at Belpre on Sunday. So club members, don't forget we got a, a tournament Sunday out of Belpre. Trish said she likes the jersey. I love my jerseys. I I tell you what I really like is I like that way bag. Them way bags that she come up with is they're phenomenal. They got a nice strap. They're heavy built. I mean, it was really nice Saturday when I was going down from the weigh in down to the lake because we parked pretty good ways up in the parking lot. You can put the strap over my shoulder and walk down with the bag because I filled the bag pretty full when I had that 5 pounder. I wanted it to have plenty of water in it because that was a beautiful fish. And I'll tell a little story on that one real quick. Uh, I had my three little smaller fish in the boat, and I started down the other cove bank of the cove, and I was like, "Wait a minute! I caught the three fish over there. Go back over there." So I went back over, and started down the bank, and probably three cast in, and I hooked that fish, and it come up and jumped. And I went, "Oh boy, this is a good one." So I grabbed the dip net because I was fishing by myself, and I laid the dip net down. And when I got the fish up to net it, I grabbed the net, and it was tangled in one of my rod's lures. I'm like, "Oh no, this ain't good." So I hit my thing and let the line out, let the fish go, let it go, let it go, and then I clicked it back, and I was like, "Okay, it's time to turn it." And I guess I'm going to have to do it like the big boys. And it was just pure luck. I can tell you that right now because he jumped like two more times, and I'm like, "Don't spit that bait! Don't spit that bait!" And then I finally pulled it up, and when I pulled it up, he opened his mouth, and I just shoved my hand right in his mouth and lipped him and got him in the boat. And I was like, "Yes." Uh, and I told myself right then, fish like this wins tournaments. When you put a 5.5 pounder in the boat, that's that's winning fish. And I needed that win. I'm back in the points. I needed that win, and I hope that gives me a little momentum to carry on for the next tournaments coming up. I like the river. I really enjoy fishing the river. So now, after ask me Monday night after a day down at Tanner's Creek, and then the next day on Belpre, uh, but it doesn't matter if I don't catch a fish both days. I still like that river. I like fishing the river. It turns you into a fisherman. Uh, so, but yeah, then uh, okay, Rusty, I will. Uh, I had another little thing. I had Chris Dyer. He texted me last week and he's like, "Hey, let's go to the what was the Potomac?" He's like, "Let's go to the Potomac. They got a B or a Toyota series over there. Let's me and you jump in it and go to the Toyota series at Potomac River." And I'm like, "Man, I'd love to, but it's 2 days before uh my BFL up at Mosquito. Plus, I'd had to take another 3 or 4 days of work off, and I didn't want to. Yeah, I've got to save a few more days for the away BFLs, and then my club classic and the run and gun classic at the uh, uh, Lake Erie. So, I got to save some time for that. Yeah, Matt, that's good. I'm glad you brought that up. Guys, Federation guys, don't forget this Wednesday night at 7 o'clock down at the Rossos in Jackson. We'll be down there taking the entries, and I'll draw me and Fred and people that's down there will draw the boaters and non-boaters for our region on June 2nd. So you need to have all your stuff in that night so we can do all the drawing stuff. Because once that night's over, I got to send it off immediately to the state. So we won't be able to let you, but nobody else in. You'll have to get your stuff in. And if you can't make the meeting, get a hold of me. I'll meet up with you and get your stuff so we got it for the meeting. So uh, that's Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at La Rosso's in Jackson. Uh, uh, Wednesday night, Donovan. Pretty sure it's the 15th. Yeah, I know it's May 15th. So that'd be Wednesday night. So I'm excited to see how many boats we end up with for this tournament. Looks like maybe the river might get straightened up. Uh, if not, the backup is Rocky Fork. So okay, let's go ahead and we'll do the trivia question here real quick. And it's for the Hook and Donkeys 3.5 inch tubes. Uh, no, Donovan, I don't hope it rains. Yeah, you want to go to Rocky. You guys are tough on Rocky. I haven't been on it this year. I ain't been on. I don't know if I was on it last year. Okay, so trivia question. One of Hank. Okay, got sidetracked there. Uh, one of Hank Parker's classic wins was with a spinnerbait that he designed. After the win, what lure company did he sell the rights to manufacture it, and what did he make for the set from the sales? So one of Hank Parker's classic wins was with spinnerbait that he designed after the win. What lure company did he sell the rights to, and how much did he make off each spinnerbait? While people are looking that up, Trish said she's making 14 by 14 wave bags for the non-boaters bags. So no, Matt, it wasn't Strike King. It was a good guess. Nope, it wasn't Bass Pro. Uh, Kevin Wells just texted me the answer. Well, to Kevin, you text me half of it. Angie, probably a lot of them won't even need weigh bags for tanners. Yeah, Kevin, you text me half of the answer. I think he's typing again now. It's a race to see who gets either on here or his text. What company? He said he don't know what they made of. What company did the bought the rights for the spinnerbait that Hank Parker won from the Classic? What company and how much did he make off? How much did Hank make off each spinnerbait? Kevin had part of the answer right through a text message he sent me, but he didn't know the other part. I just must not be trying to Google this. Okay, I'm gonna read it one more time. Make sure I ain't missed no comments here. One of Hank Parker's classic wins was with the spinnerbait that he designed. After the win, what lure company did he sell the rights to manufacture it, and how much did he make off each sale? Matt, it's not that tough because I guess I'm going to quit giving. Yes, Steve, you might have to quit giving the trivia questions to me. Like Kevin Wells texted me the right part of the right answer. He just didn't know the other part. Oh, I'm gonna give Kevin, since he got part of the answer right. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a hint. Kevin, some of the other people's already said the right amount they made off the spinner baits. That Nope, that's not the answer, Matt. Not hog collar. Uh, that's not the lure company. Donovan Workman. Nope, not Berkeley. No, Matt, it's not the hog collar. That's not the lure company's name, I should say. Angie, you're close. You got part of it right, Angie. Now you just got to get the other part. Kevin had that part right. Oh, he just texted the right answer. It's the man's, and yeah, Angie, Kevin beat you just by a second. It's $1. Now, this is what they said. He made $1 for every spinnerbait that they sold. He made over $1 million in 1 month. And it was, Matt, you was right. It was the hog collar spinnerbait, but Mans is who designed it or who started manufacturing it and selling it. And Hank got $1 from everyone they sold, and he made $1 million for Angie says look up a few comments. Yeah, you put $1 on there, Angie, right after Rusty or Kevin had text me. Yeah, you had the price right, Matt, but you didn't have the company right. It was Mans, not the hog collar. The hog collar was what it was called. So Kevin Wells got it again. I've got your address, Kevin, so I'll ship them to you. Trying to think what else there is. I don't think there's much more. The regionals is June 2nd at Belpre. I think I said that already. So we'll set up. Matt, call me after the show here, and we can talk about the warranty of fish sticks. What'd you do? Break it? Uh, well, I can tell you the warranty of it. Tip broke. Uh, did you shut it in the rod locker or car door? And how much of the tips broke off? Above the second eye. So you shut it in something, rod locker or something. They don't break off up that high. If they break, and I ain't seen one break before, usually it would be in the bend of where the backbone is. So call me after the show and we'll get it straightened out. But yeah, he said it on the hook set. You must have really been setting a heck of a hook to break it that far up the eye. Somewhere along the line, you've burred the rod or something you've stepped on it or something for it to break that high up. But get a hold of me. We'll get it straightened out. They're good about their product. I can tell you that right now. But yeah, guys, I think we're pretty good. Angie and Trish has been out and about doing some stuff even in the summertime here with their Fisher stuff. They're in a lot of stores. They're over at Ohio River Outdoors. They got. I think they're in one in Kentucky. They're up at Fisherman Central too, up on the lake now, and over in. I think they're over in Akron too at Fisherman Central. So if you guys want to get you a jersey or something, you can go to them places. High River Outdoors is a lot closer than Fisherman Central, but if you're around up to the lake and stuff, you can stop in there and get you one. These shirts fit; they fit amazing. I really really like them. Uh, so okay, Kevin, I'll do that. Uh, Louisiana Rebel River Outfitters too. Angie says so. They are getting this product out and about. So and make sure it's theirs. Trish posted something the other day on Facebook that they got a company that's trying to mock their name and stuff. So make sure that you're dealing with Trish and Angie. And I'm telling you what, you're not going to find two of the nicest people out there. Uh, They are really nice. I'm gonna miss seeing Trish and her husband Ray at the BFLs. Uh, always look forward to seeing them. And uh, actually, the first time I met him before she even started the company, we was talking about they had a motor home, and I was asking her questions about the motor home because I had one at the time and was pulling my boat with the motor home. And we sitting in the parking lot. Actually, the guy that I was with, his truck, he took his keys. I had his truck because I left the motor home sitting at the house or at the campground, and he took the keys and left, and we was stranded with no keys in the truck. So we was waiting on them, and Trish and Ray was there, and we was talking about the motor homes and stuff. So, but it's fun, and I think Ray might be talking about doing the Toyota series next year. If he is, maybe we'll hook up and do some travel and stuff together because like I said last week, I'm going to do the Toyota Series as a boater next year. I'm going to fish the 3 Toyota Series as a boater and give it a shot. I'm probably going to waste $5,200, but I've wasted it on a lot less. So, and it's something that my dad's always wanted me to try. And with him being 83 years old, and yeah, I'm going to do it. Well, one time with it, yeah. Hopefully he can travel with me, and but he's 83 years old, and as you guys could see here, he's still placing in tournaments. So uh, he still got it. Hopefully, when I'm 83, I hope I'm still doing what he's doing. Okay, guys. Well, I appreciate it. I got to get out to the lake here. I think they're starting to weigh in at 8:45, or they're supposed to be back in at 8:45. So get out here and deliver some baits out there, and get some. And one last thing, May 25th. The river tournament down at Syracuse at the Let's Dock campground. I think we're at 19 boats already signed up and paid their entry. So, or signed up and paid their entry. So, if you want in it, make sure you get with me or Misty, uh, 6, and because it's going to fill up here probably within the next week. And after 25 boats, it's done. And Let's Dock campground, he's putting $1,000 in it. So yeah, it's going to be a good tournament for Saturday or Memorial Day on the river. So, okay, guys, I appreciate it, and I will see you next week. Uh, yes, you're still going with Dad, John. Uh, I'll see you next week on Monday night, and we'll have some more tournament results and probably some more stuff to talk about fishing. I appreciate everybody. Okay, good night.